Why are Christians killed in Iran? They indeed kill Christians in Iran. Haven't you heard that they eat Christians in Iran? In a soup called church soup. Haven't you heard that Iranians put Christians in missiles and send them to Mars? And will there be a Persian-speaking Christian community on Mars? Haven't you heard that Iranians put Christians in space rockets and send them to the sun? And now on the sun there is a church of those who speak Persian but are Christians. Haven't you heard? Yes, in the same source that gave you true information, it also says that Iranians have Christian soup, that they have sent all Christians to Mars and eat them alive. What else? Haven't you heard that Iranians marry elephants and their child is a giraffe that meows? Haven't you heard? Oh dear brother. The only thing I can recommend is that you watch fewer movies. Take your pills for your mental issue on time. And with that, I think you might find a cure. Maybe, but it needs many years of psychological treatment. I recommend you go to a good psychologist. Say that I am a person who is mentally troubled and suffers from a psychological issue that can swallow all the lies. So maybe a doctor can help you, and apparently need a lot of treatment. A lot. Maybe some years, because you have let your head become like the Hollywood garbage dump. So you should also I recommend making a contract with these workers from the city hall who come to clean the garbage. That is also part of the garbage that is stuck in your head, and they should clean it for God's sake, because it is not a job that can be done overnight. There is a lot of garbage now in your head. You need to clean your head of so much prejudice that gives you hatred. That's why you can't understand the truth. Why are we going to kill Christians if we are crazy? If the Holy Quran tells us, if the Holy Quran tells me as a Muslim, you will find the closest to the believers who say we are Christians, because among them there are monks and priests, and they are not arrogant. If the Holy Quran considers them the closest to the believers, why would they go and kill them? They do not kill Christians, but you with that word refer to CIA agents, intelligence service, who in the name of some sects and religions like Baha'i, like Christians, like what? Like Shia, in the name of sects and religions. Because in Iran they know that there is freedom of religions, freedom of worship, and religions are highly respected. So, do they make their intelligence service plans to create insecurity in the name of religions? Of course, in every country under any name. You want to hide your anti-security, anti-espionage activity, any facade you want to use. Your country's intelligence does not allow it. If I want to do espionage in the name of Islam, your country's intelligence service does not allow it. It's not that they have problems with Islam, but some do. The problem is that they say, look, Sheikh, if you are religious, go spread the religion. Working as an intelligence agent for your country is not right. I spoke with one of these Christian pastors. He says they persecute him. They kill him. It's a lie. He said, since we started a hidden church in our house, the city's intelligence service told him, sir, since you have formed that church which does not have legal permission, if you want to establish an Islamic center anywhere in Latin America, you need to go to the Interior Ministry and obtain a permit. And the church in Iran is the same. If you want to establish a church, you have to sign the paperwork and do things. Obtain permission from the central church, just like in any other country. So, when you are going to set up a clandestine church, like any mosque also has to go seek permission from the ministry. They have to register it as a place of worship, all that stuff. When they don't want to do it, why don't they do it? Why don't they do it? Because they don't have the paperwork. It's not my fault. They have to go get that paperwork. They have to be represented by a legal Christian community. Or no, they are Assyrians. They are legal. They are Armenians. They are legal. The Armenians, the Assyrians. Look, come on, listen to that part. I know you don't know it. For every 3,000 Muslims, there is one mosque in Iran. Every 3,000 Muslims have a mosque. Every 500 Christians in Iran have a church. Every 500 Christians in Iran have a church. Every 3,000 Muslims have a mosque. What are you saying, boy? If there is no church, it's because they didn't want it. So what happened? Listen, if you want me to call him, he's a priest, he's my friend, and he had his underground church. He told me, they called me twice from intelligence service. Please, sir, come from here. They told him, why do you have that church illegally? Go get the paperwork legally. Legal church. So, he says, they warned me. Don't work with Mossad. Listen to this. He said, they called me twice and told me this. Now what happened? He confessed to me. He said, Sheikh, I want to tell you something. I'm tired of them. What's wrong with you, brother? If that's pure faith and it's the church and the Bible, what's the problem? No, Sheikh, it goes much further than you think. So, what is it? It's that a while ago, a person has been teaching us Hebrew. And well, they are teaching Hebrew so you can learn the Bible, Tanakh. Maybe you want to read the Old Testament. No. So why are they teaching you Hebrew? It's that this person is the key to Mossad in the country. They are recruiting us for Mossad. They are teaching us Hebrew. And now I want to separate from them and they are threatening me. He said, since, when? He asked me something, I answered him. The question led him to his priests, to that illegal headquarters. When they realized that the boy was making them suspicious of what they were teaching and started asking questions, do you know what they did to him? They excluded him from all the weekly communions. They expelled him. They said, we can no longer trust you. And then they called his wife, saying, you have to separate from the boy. The priest, the pastor of the boy, says, I am afraid they will come for me. I am scared. Then he told me, please, can you save me? I told him no. As I told you, I have no contact. Go to where the intelligence called you. Go to that intelligence office where they called you. Go talk to them. They can provide you help. In the end, I don't know what happened to him. He didn't call me anymore. I don't know what happened to him. That boy said my life is under threat. By whom? Not the Iranian government. By Mossad. Him, his wife, and his blog teacher. And they were using him. And do you know what he told me? I no longer want to continue as a pastor because they are abusing me. That intelligence services are going to get involved. Of course they are going to get involved. When a CIA agent in Turkey is going to set up a school to educate pastors, and by coincidence all those pastors are politicians. Interesting, right? In your country, pastors say we are secular. Many do not talk about politics. In Iran, Sunnis insult the government. Oh, the secular Sunni religious do. In Latin America, secular people talk about politics. Show me a single Sunni sheikh in Latin America who has insulted the president of your country. Show me one. Who has invited the Sunni community to go attack a police station with Kalashnikovs? Show me a single Sunni religious leader who has done that. They don't do it, do they? In Iran, they do. Recently, the Sunni Friday prayer imam from the province, who is supported by Saudi Arabia and Turkey, started criticizing the leader, attacking all the authorities as useless, calling for a referendum, inciting people to go kill police officers. And they killed more than 50 police officers. With weapons, thousands of people came out with Kalashnikovs. And they came out, holding a demonstration, and hundreds were armed. They attacked 4 police stations. One of those they killed is Nita Bajabita. In Iran, they are politicians. Everywhere in the world, they are secular. Here in Iran, why does Israel support them? What a pity for those Bajabita. How ugly that they became like mercenaries for Israel. How ugly. I wish you would become a mercenary for another country. Much better. What a shame for those Bajabitas. So, very well. To Mr. Ramon.